our first online meeting. Not many people joined, but hopefully people will join in as we go along. And this meeting will be recorded and we will put on YouTube so people can watch afterwards. So your pictures will be on the social media. And we got, you all got the agenda of the meeting. We got two guests. We got Alan from Highways and we got Daniel Thomas from police team. Daniel started 3-4 months ago. Oh, probably could be few bit longer. And Daniel's going on temporary promotion for a few months, and he's doing excellent work. So Daniel's going to join first and discuss the issues with yourselves first. Any questions? Please raise your hand on the third thing on the top, and we can answer afterwards. Thank you. So I'm just going to call Daniel Thomas. For any updates in Holyhead?
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you very much for those kind words. It's very much appreciated. Albeit I will just ask to be recorded that this has been a wholly collective and collaborative approach to the issues that we've been facing in relation to road harm and then the other serious KPI things that we've been looking at. So the overall response that we've got with the impact and what we've seen is that it's all positive. Well, nearly all positive. We've ended up with a 7.47% reduction in crime overall on our assessed crime stats, which is absolutely superb. What we've also got is a number of our key performance indicators are all in the green, which is fantastic. So domestic abuse, we've seen that come down. That's down by 12%. Vehicle crime is down by 11%. Burglaries are also down. That's quite a big jump down. That's 14% reduction in burglaries. We have a 6.7% reduction in robbery. And linked to robberies, theft from the person where there's no force used, that's also down just under 8%. The only two metrics that we've seen that have gone in the wrong direction is serious youth violence. That's increased by 2 offences when we compare year to date. So only 2 offences that's gone up by. And then serious youth violence where a knife has been used, so that's a knife crime offence, that's gone up by 1 offence in the last 12 months. So they're all really positive. You'll all be aware of the fact that we've recently rechanged the structure of West Midlands Police. So we're now more local based. We are responding to calls for service. We were 43 out of 43 in the league tables for the police across the whole of the country, but we are now number 2. So that means that when somebody picks the telephone up, we answer in good time, and therefore we get the resources to them quickly and efficiently. Overall, across the whole of the organisation, we've seen crime fall as well, which is really positive. But we've also seen a real change in outcome rate. So an outcome rate is where we have a positive outcome rate. Somebody gets charged, cautioned, some more perhaps out of court disposals applied, where we have a positive outcome for that crime, and we've seen that increase as well. So whilst we're seeing crimes fall, we're seeing our positive outcome rate rise. So that means it's a better work relation with Councillor Rinkal and an operation called Operation Erasmus, which has been working with a number of key stakeholders such as the local bid, our councillors. Trident Outreach has been dealing with the homeless, and then Turnaround, which is the charity that works with the sex workers, street workers up on the Holyhead. And that's had a huge impact. You know, the work we've been doing has been picked up and spun then by the West Midlands Combined Authority, picked up by the Mayor's Office, and is now used as best practice as we push that across the organisation. So I think, Councillor, it's something that we really do need to shout about and be really proud of, that we've achieved so much in such a short space of time. And, you know, we know there are some real cultural issues in relation to road safety. But working with the council and with yourself, we've only had to change that around using our adapted 4E approach. So we are going for enforcement to start off, and then we're engaging with people, explaining to them what's going on, and hopefully then that'll lead to and encourage them to change their behaviours as we move forward, and then for making the roads a much safer place for people of Holyhead and the wider constituency of Ladywood. I think that pretty much covers off the metrics and the performance elements I wanted to cover. Is there anything in particular, Council, that you'd like me to discuss?
I think you covered everything. People do ask me about street parking and speeding, which we already working on. I think because people don't see it, because you sent me stats, so I think every day I see on Twitter amount of parking tickets you give. So I think Claire's got a question for you. I'm just going to ask Claire.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Claire.
Hi everybody. Hi Councillor.
Hi.
Thank you so much for that update, Daniel. It sounds incredibly positive. It's really good to hear positive news, and you've clearly all been working really hard. I just wanted to know. So you've gone from 43 out of 43 forces to number 2, which is incredibly impressive. And I just wondered what were you putting in place for that to happen? Because that's absolutely incredible. And the second thing I wanted to say, which you've already mentioned, parking and just road safety is still such an incredible issue. And almost all the time, I see people parked across pavements and all that kind of thing. And I know you're working really hard on it. But are you still operating the Park It, Don't Plonk It scheme? That was another thing I wanted to ask as well. Yeah, that was all my questions.
No, absolutely, Claire. Thank you very much. So alongside Operation Erasmus, which has been that real collaborative approach, we've also got a force operation running called Operation Triton, which is the force's response to many things that are road harm. So we have had just in the last couple of weeks had an operation running from the range up on the top of Holyhead Road, which was really successful. I think we arrested one guy, we seized 4 vehicles, and recovered some drugs. And I don't know if you've seen these NOS canisters, which lots of people are using at the minute. You've seen like the small ones, the little metal ones, and then there's these huge things that are like almost industrial size. One guy had about 40 to 50 of them in his car, and he was just every 10 seconds having another go on it. And I think that's something we really need feeding into us through that intelligence and information to help us direct our resources. So if you've got somewhere in particular that you think is causing or puts the public at harm through poor parking, illegal parking, please feed it through the councillor. You can feed it into me, and then we can target our resources to those locations to make a most efficient, effective use of them. In relation to your question around the calls for service, so that has been that the Chief Constable has led a full restructure of our force contact department. We did have multiple sites across the force which answer calls for service, and now we just have one. So we brought all those resources into one location in Aston. They are better staffed because they're all collectively together. So if there's a big demand, it's shared across that grouping rather than a big demand in Birmingham, but all the staff are actually on duty in Coventry. So it just allows us to be able to deal with all those calls that come into the organisation much quicker. It's not just the 999s are getting answered faster, the 101s are also getting answered a lot faster now. I think historically we're in a position whereby I think it was like 30 to 40 minutes you're waiting on a 101, which is absolutely unacceptable. But now that's absolutely slashed, and now we are into like the 2 to 3 minutes on those, whereas the 999s is under 10 seconds. So that investment will continue. There's a lot of money being spent on it. We've had a lot of resources moved around, a lot of overtime has gone into it to pay for that to happen, whilst those structures are built and those new staff are recruited. If you are aware of, or you would like to encourage anybody to join West Midlands Police, we have got a recruitment process on the go at the minute for force contact, which is those departments, those people who answer calls for service, people who are in emergency. And if anybody would like any details about that, please let me know and I can send you the details, the links. It's a very well paid job. It can be at times very stressful and a lot of pressure, but I think if anybody wanted to get involved, it is very well paid, as I said, and I think it would be a great opportunity for you to be able to see that the other side of policing, the thing that keeps us on the ground, is the people taking the calls into the organisation.
Thank you, Daniel. I think, would you mind sending me that email so I can share with residents?
Absolutely, Councillor, I'll do that.
Thank you, Daniel. You're doing a brilliant job, and good luck for your promotion.
Thank you very much. If it all goes wrong, I'll be back in January. So January, the second week of January. That's very kind of you, Councillor.
So sorry. How do I put my hand up? Sorry, for a question.
It's okay. You can say. I think nobody's got a hand up.
Oh, Daniel.
Yeah.
There's a question for you, because I've noticed, and it's a regular thing. It goes on for years and years. You get like little gangs of children, teenage children, out in the night time in the local area, and they're wandering around, well, causing like disruption, really, being disruptive. You know, they're like hanging around in like groups in the local areas. Have you addressed that, Daniel?
Well, I guess the first thing to talk there, Nudge, is around what's the location. Because we're talking around a large geographical area, and if you can give me some details on where that is, then I can absolutely look into that for you.
Yeah, because they hang around the tram station, round by the parking, Boo Street Park area. Late in the night, we have that in like groups of teenagers and things.
Yeah, well, I think hopefully the council will echo my comments here, but ultimately park areas are for young people to hang around, and if they are in a park area, that's kind of what it's designed for. So we would actually encourage people to use those outdoor spaces, stay fit, stay healthy, and not necessarily all sit inside on a computer talking to each other over the internet. So I would encourage young people to use those park spaces and accept that if the behaviour stretches from children engaging to antisocial behaviour, absolutely you should let us know, and then we can build that into our patrol plans on an afternoon, and we can go and have those conversations, see if there's some other options, see if there's some issues that we need to deal with. But please, if you let us know, then we can absolutely act on it. But if we don't know about it and we don't know it's causing an issue, unfortunately, if it's not going to be recorded anywhere in the organisational memory, we won't know that to go and deal with it.
Yeah, no, because one of the residents in my neighbourhood, she brought up to me that her son was mugged round Boo Street Park, and it was in a like I say, a teenage gang had mugged him and took his mobile phone. And I'm just saying these things are happening. I don't know. I asked her if she reported it, and she said no. This is why I'm bringing it up, because I've noticed the community children in the community are not going to the park. And when she addressed it to me, why? Because her son got mugged in that park.
Okay, so I think what's really important is that we do share the message back to our local community, particularly through yourselves, that crime is lower than it was. So we do need people to feel comfortable to go out. However, if we are having offences that aren't being reported to the police, then as brutal as it may sound, there's nothing we can do about it, because if we don't know when it's happened and where, as a policing organisation, we can't react to that, and we can't do anything about it. And ultimately, you need to understand that if it's not recorded, it therefore won't form part and parcel of our patrol plans and our decision making on where we allocate resources. So absolutely, please encourage that resident to come forward to the police, share that information, report it, and we will investigate it. And if that means that we will then put resources into a location, we absolutely will do. But if we don't know, then unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it. And I would be hesitant to be held to account for something that we could never know about because we couldn't have acted on it in the first place.
I think we got one more. We got Nina.
Yeah. It's for Daniel, for you. About parking. I have seen when I go on Holyhead Road, by Station Road and the next road, I think it's Clarence Road.
Clarence Road.
Horrendous parking there. But opposite there is a bus stop and a nursery. And I'll tell you something, you can't even, people are parking on the bus stops. And every now and then when I go there, that's what my experience is. So I don't know, if the police are aware of that. The other thing is what the other person has just said about the children. Although I live in a different ward, but it's not too far. So on Friday Gardens, we've had that with 12 children about 9 o'clock come over onto our road, and a couple of times we've seen them. So one night we phoned up the police and we passed the message, but nothing's happened until we took action ourselves to tell them to move on.
Well done, Nina.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing I would encourage people to do is to get involved in Street Watch. You know, if you are really passionate, which I kind of think you guys being on this forum, you're here because you are passionate about your local area. So I'd encourage you, please, to get involved in Street Watch. We've got a Street Watch set up on Holyhead. I'd be more than happy to invest you into that and get you involved. And I think that'd be wonderful because you really would then see and understand perhaps some of the other areas that we're dealing with at the same time as we're dealing with these issues that you're raising tonight. That location is a known location to me for parking issues, and it is somewhere, particularly when we've done Operation Erasmus with Cllr Rinkal, that we've been targeting, and it is quite fruitful, shall we say, in relation to tickets with people who do commit offences. But we absolutely will make sure that we look at that again next week when we're back on early. It's not, we'll absolutely do that for you.
Will you look at this about the 12 children as well? Because if it's happening in my area, it's also going to happen in, you know, where the other lady was saying as well.
So Nina, did you email to Jason about that?
I did, and I sent a picture as well about the children on our road. So yes, I did.
Okay.
Well done, Nina.
You want me to raise it with Jason and Daniel? Because I think Jason's on that side. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, Daniel. Thank you.
You're very kind. If there's anything else, please just don't hesitate to contact me. And Alan, is there anything that I need to be aware of with relation to what you're going to bring forward?
No, Daniel, I don't believe there is. All I would say to people, you may already be aware that where there are weighting restrictions, double yellow lines, single yellow lines and things like that, then the enforcement on the footway can be carried out by the City Council because the restrictions also cover the footway. So it wouldn't be necessarily a matter that the police would have to respond to. If you got in touch with our parking enforcement, they would also be able to carry out enforcement.
Okay. Super. Right, Council, if it's okay with you, then if you would be happy to dismiss me from the meeting, I can carry on about the duties.
Yeah, thank you.
Superb. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Cheers.
you,
Bye-bye.
Daniel.
Thanks, Daniel.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Rinkal, where is Daniel based?
Daniel is based at Ladywood.
Ladywood. Thank you.
Yeah.
So is it Ladywood covers our Holyhead area?
Yeah, you know Shabana's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got two MPs. So Daniel covers Shabana's side and Jason covers other side.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we got Alan from Highways. Last meeting we had about 40-50 people. Alan, all the issues was raised regarding trees, parking. So I said I'll speak to Highways and I'll ask them to come and answer their questions. But I don't think many people joined today. So please, because we're going to putting that on YouTube, so just briefly explain how that works, because when people send me emails saying that trees are really bad, leaves are falling, branches are falling, how often you look and what sort of program you put in place?
Well, you see, that's a care function. That's not a City Council function, councillor. So you'd need a care representative to respond to that.
Yeah, which I do. I think anybody got any question for Highways?
Me.
Nanja's got a hand up.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan. What it is, where I live on a walk, and to get to my car, I have to go right, like say about 50 to 80 yards to get to my car from my house.
Mm-hmm.
So is the plans, I live on Peyton Road, is there plans to make parking on the walk of Peyton Road at all?
Just bear with me a moment.
Thank you.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
The other question I've got, we have road sweepers sweeping the road.
Yep.
But we do not get the road sweepers cleaning the walkway.
Yep.
And it's littered, so I do a litter pick every week on my walkway.
Mhm.
I asked them, and they said we're not on the map. I want to know why, Alan. Are we not on the map on Peyton Road Walk on the walkway?
Well, I've got to be honest with you. Looking at the map that's in front of me, you are on there. So Peyton Road, and then there's. Are you referring to the footpath that goes from Peyton Road to Brearley Street?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like private
Yeah.
land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So let me just clarify the hard standing, the footpath that leads joins those two roads. That is classed as highway, and so our fleet and waste management should be litter picking along that footway. The triangular area that's in the middle, the grassed area, that's actually housing, and so it's housing's responsibility to litter pick that.
Oh, the council housing.
Yes, I believe that's the
Birmingham
case. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know the triangle, there's footpaths going round there,
Yes.
and they need to be litter picked, are you saying, or not? Yes.
Yes.
We
They
don't
are.
get as
Sorry.
sorry, Alan.
No, carry on.
Well, the grass area,
Yeah.
that only ever gets litter picked when they come to cut the grass.
Yeah.
The council come and cut the grass. He litter picks that. The walk by 49 going down from 49 down, I do it. I've done that for 35 years. I've lived here, and I litter pick that every week because I asked and they said we're not on the map.
Right. Okay.
And it's been years. I've seen them litter pick a road sweeper once in 35 years once.
Okay.
I can check that for you with Jason, because Jason's the one who does street cleaning. So I can check that for you in the
Jason.
morning.
Is he a volunteer, Rinkal?
No, sorry, not Jason. Justin, the officer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin, thank you.
Ellen,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, you know, like we got railings by Holyhead Road by opposite Tree Hill Kitchens. Have we got any plans for yellow lines or red lines? Because that's what people asked me in the last board meeting. I know it all depends on funding, and we have discussed that before. So my question to you is, can we do red lines instead of yellow lines?
No.
No. Okay.
We can do double yellow lines, but we can't do red routes.
Okay.
Red routes are prime. Sorry.
What's the difference? Red and yellow.
So a red line is a no stopping.
Yeah.
So you can have a single red line which is no stopping at all between certain times, and then you can have double red line which is no stopping at any time. A double yellow line is no waiting, so you can't park a vehicle there, but you can stop there, you can load and unload.
Yeah. The railings we have done on Green Lane and Clarence Road, it has worked. People can't park there even though they try. I think since we started doing that, only one time the bollards came off. I think somebody knocked it, so it's working well.
Good.
I think I'm going to arrange a meeting with yourselves for the next plan.
Yep.
If that's okay.
Yeah. Yes, councillor. Obviously, there's an issue at the moment with the city council, and we're not able to. Got to be honest, we're not able to carry out any orders. We can't raise any orders for any works at present.
Okay.
Only that monies are only going towards the statutory duties that we
Okay.
have. So, but we can draw something up so that when hopefully the freeze is released, then we can put the scheme forward for spend for this financial year, because you know we haven't allocated any scheme at presently, although
Yeah.
there have been quite a few requests for the ward.
I think Regent Road, it's like the plan is to go one way, and it's been going on for a while. And I was speaking to, is it Nicola Richards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did have an email saying it will be done by end of the year. But residents just still wanted to know if it's still going ahead. As far as I know, it's still going ahead. Unless you know something.
Well, I don't know, but as I say, the city council finds itself in a position where we can't raise any orders for any works at present.
Okay.
So I can't even post a letter presently because we can't pay for the postage.
Okay. Nina, you got a question?
Yeah. No, Alan just said something. That was what I was going to ask. I mean, is there with spending now from highway side, is there a priority and what you can do, what you can't do? Like you can't send a letter because of the stamp cost.
The
is
only
there
thing
things that you can do and there's things that you can't do.
we can't do anything at the moment. The only thing I'm able to do, which doesn't involve schemes, is I can create the legal documents to close roads and pay for the press notices, because that is a legal requirement for the Highway Authority to do that. Everything else, even disabled bays, H markings, we can't. There's complete freeze. And I have been informed that any orders raised by an officer during this period could lead to disciplinary action.
How long for, do you know? Or
No.
It's no.
At the moment, we've got as you know, we've got the commissioners in, and they're meeting daily and basically telling the council what they can and cannot do.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, Nina. Anybody else got any question?
Yeah, I've just got a brief one.
Yeah.
On Boo Street, it's from the park on Boo Street across. Children cross that road, but there's no traffic lights. Is there any plan to put a crossing or traffic lights there?
I think I discussed that with you, remember?
Yeah.
Because that part of the ward, only left-hand side is mine and the right-hand side is
Someone
Councillor
else.
Chamanlal's. So, and due to spending control, we can't really say anything at the present.
Right.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Unless Alan wanted to say something.
Well, I would say, councillor, that to provide even a zebra crossing for that would cost in the region of £20,000 to £25,000, which would take up 2 years of your budget.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Anybody else got any question? So no question for you, Alan. Thank you for coming.
Not a problem at all. Thank you
We
for
will be
having
in
me.
touch to arrange a meeting.
Yes,
Thank you.
certainly. Okay,
Thank you.
councillor. Thank you all. Take
Thank you.
care.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan.
Right. Next part is my part. Any updates? So I got a few things. We due to section 114, we're still waiting on our community chest fund. So we're not sure yet. And congratulations to community group, Holyhead Action Group. So they got £10,000, like for a community for a celebrating community fund. So last year we did flowers on the Holyhead Road and on the sides road. So coming year we will be doing the same, but rather than doing in Holyhead Road and side road, we will be also covering Rookery Road, another road, side road. And what I asked in the last meeting was if people from the other side road, Rookery Road, Farcraft Avenue, Holyhead Road, come to me and ask, or come to Raj or Mani, and we can make an action plan where we're going to do the flower. I know Judy's got a green hand. She's really good. Last week or the week before, there was a mobile recycling van on Belmont Road, and they looked absolutely amazing, the flowers. Well done, Judy. Also, speeding check, as Daniel mentioned, we have done it 3 weeks ago. Now we're going to do it next Monday. So I will share the result with yourself. So people have raised an issue for begging on Recurring Road, and I had an email from the police officer today, which I'm going to work with them to speak to council and speak to the officers so we can work on that. Rough sleeping. I know lots of people came to me regarding rough sleeping. If you see anybody, please email me, or there's a link, street link, you can report it to there, and they quite good. They come very often, and then they speak to them and then try to help them. Due to the spending control, this is our first online meeting. I think we will carry on like that until further notice. And fly tipping is another concern which we are working on. We got 2 cameras, which I'm about to get the stats by the end of financial years. One of the resident came to me from Holyhead Road about bins. So I have managed to order a bins. It's the house above flats. So basically, if landlord take the responsibility to look after the bin, we can provide a bin, but we need an email from the from a resident to say they will keep the bins and they will make sure the bins are out, not on the road. Apart from that, I don't got no updates at the moment, unless Beverly's got any updates.
No, nothing for me, Councillor.
And Raj was going to give community update, which she's running the project for Celebrating Community Fund. She can't make it today and money's not here. So hopefully in the next meeting, but we're going to put that on hold because winter is not good doing the plans. So we're going to start around April, May time. But we need to arrange a meeting with everybody, the working group who's going to, especially from the Rookery Road side, so we can make a plan how we're going to do that and which things we're using. What else we got on the date of the next meeting? And I don't think we got anything else, Beverly, is that right?
Nothing at the moment, but no, I just got a hand up, Councillor.
Okay, yeah, Match.
Yeah.
What's the
When you go to Junction Road,
yeah,
and you've got George Street, you've got George Street on the right, and it crosses over to the left-hand side,
yeah,
going towards the tram.
yeah.
It used to be a little nursery there, and it's been closed down for a number of years.
Is that by
Time.
the church?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got the church on Junction Road. That's right. And carry on straight down that where the church is. You've got the a derelict old nursery.
Okay.
And it's been derelict like that for a number of years. Is there plans to do something with that? Because they've actually used it as a dumping ground, and the people that drink, they go down to the tram end, they drink there, throw the cans all over into the. Is there any plans to do something with that land for the community?
I have to look the location. I know where you're talking about because I know where the church and other side of George. I have to look the location and see and speak to the council. So I can't really answer your question at the moment. I'll come back to you.
Yeah, I understand, because it'd be nice for something there for the community.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinkal. Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions? No? It's going to be the first short meeting.
Mm.
Normally, when we do a meeting at Auckland, it's very busy, as you know, everybody who joined in today.
Mm.
Pearl, have you got something? Have you got any questions?
I've got another question.
Yeah.
Why do we do it online? Can't we do it as a group into the Oaklands or somewhere?
That's what we always did, because due to the spending control, we've been told to do the meetings online till further
Oh.
notice.
Mm. Okay. Because like maybe there's some elderly people that don't do online things,
Yeah.
you know, and they'll be shut off. There's an old Asian lady at the bottom, Indian, and you know, there's no way she would be able to come interact in a meeting online like that. So I was
Yeah.
just bringing it up as a
So
whole thing.
I'm speaking to community groups, churches,
Mm.
religious organization, if I can do it in their room. So probably try next time. But I got no information yet to share.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rinkal, under any other business, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, do you know, I know you did some work with that organization using the church on Rookie Road.
Yeah.
Save or something, yeah? They put the fence around it so that they was
Farnham Road.
Yeah, Farnham Road.
Yeah. It's Arya Samaj Mandir.
That's right, yeah. So I don't know how much this fly tipping has improved, but obviously they've started using the other side of the road anyway, which they were using before as well. Yeah. But how, I mean, I don't know if you got any feedback from them, how well they are actually, happy with what the situation is in regards to that they're not getting this fly tipping on their end, and that people are not meeting or sitting outside on their steps. I don't know if you had ever had any feedback from them.
I've been in touch with them regularly, and since they put the fence in, there's no fly tipping. They had cameras, but they provided me evidence, which I sent it to City Council. An enforcement officer came, and we know who was doing it. There was a van who was actually doing it, but people have stopped there. They got no issues outside the church on Farnham Road.
That's improved then.
Yeah, and they really like helped me with the if they got a fly tipping issue or another issue. So really good organization. And they're happy to help the community members if we want to do any community event.
Right, okay. The other thing that I noticed that's changed is, again, opposite the school, Rookie Road School, on that side. Do you know where the shops are, where Verdi estate agent is?
Yeah.
And one of the shop, I think there must be a restaurant or something like that. They built on the, I know it's their land, I think, outside where, like a footpath.
Is it by Gurdwara?
No. It's before, it's by Verdi, estate agent, and those couple of shops there, Refab and all those shops.
Okay.
There's a restaurant there, and they did this before, but the police stopped them. This is going back no time.
Do you know which road it? Do you know, Nina? You know which road?
Between Newcomb Road and the next road. Between
Uplands Road.
Okay.
No. Newcomb Road and the next road. Where
is it Albion?
Yeah. No. Before Albion. Before Albion. I don't know
Melbourne
that.
Road?
Melbourne, is it Melbourne? Something I don't know. It's between.
Road.
Yeah. So it's between those, but they built like people to sit outside and eat before as well. But I know they've done it again. But the police stopped them a couple of years ago.
You know what's the restaurant? What I can do is I can check and speak to police and speak to City Council. I have to look the location, Nina. What sort of restaurant it is?
Well, I know they sell food. It's East European restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, but they did do this before as well. But I'm going back 2019, and then the police intervened and they didn't, because it is part of their land. You
Yeah.
remember they either park their cars there, or they can build like how they've done Oxley Road opposite Rookie Road. You know the that restaurant opposite Rookery Road. They've done the same thing as well, built onto so that people can sit and have their food. Just
So
have check.
is that open in the evening? Yeah.
No, it's open all the time.
Okay. So when I go to the board probably on the weekend, or I'm not sure when, I'll probably check, and if I'm not sure, I'll call you, Nina. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Just I want to know that it's actually going through the systems, or are they just building it by themselves?
I haven't received any planning permission or anything from there, so I'll have to check there and notify the planning team.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And how are we with the HMOs in Holyhead now? Because I know a couple of properties are on sale again on Oxley Road. One of them's already been sold, and the other one I'm not sure. I haven't checked that one. But once they're sold, I mean, I hope they're not going to turn out to be HMOs. They're going to be family homes.
So HMOs, like, the new HMOs, when they go to planning, when they do extension, they come to me, and I haven't approved any HMO since I've been elected.
Mm-hmm.
But going back, if your house is okay and you already got toilet downstairs, upstairs, people are converting into HMOs. That planning doesn't come to me.
Okay.
So that goes somewhere else, different department, and that's how people. I think there's few like that. But if there's a issues, I know there was an issue on which road is it by? Can't remember which road is it. Not Newcomb Road, the one before, where the Gurudwara is. Elsford Road. Elsford Road. So they had few HMOs on the top of Rookery Road, and they came to me, and us was speaking to the officers. So what we did was we put cameras outside. So any activities, who's going in and who's going out, so that's been monitored by the officers. So I think that's really good. So if you think any of the HMO is an issue, and there was another one on Mervyn Road, you know where Farcraft Road is?
Yeah.
And that takes you to Mervyn Road. That there was another one, so that they have calmed down as well.
Okay. And what's happened to that Farcraft? I know your predecessor before they were building that into something else, but now somebody told me that it's opened and something is happening in that Farcraft. It used to be Farcraft pub, but then they took it out to do something with it, but then it was stopped by Paulette Hamilton and other people got in together. So what's happening with that? Just an update on that if you have, or if you don't, we'll come back next time.
I haven't got any update. Last, I think Paula told me there was planning permission that was refused, and I had no application since. But I have seen there's a restaurant there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's open, because I never seen it's open. It's like people probably it's a takeaway or something. But there's no planning permission yet. I think Paulette's got a question. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you for your time.
Paulette?
There's continual fouling by dogs at the bottom of Farnham Road and is it Avenue Road? I did see some signage somewhere. Where does the signage come from? Who gets it and who puts it up?
Okay. The lady who lives on Upland Road, she normally reports fly tipping and overfalling, and I've been working with the officer, and we have put signs on Upland roads. But if you want more signs, please.
It's Avenue Road and Farnham Road, where on the corner of Avenue Road and Farnham Road, in front of the school, that literally down Avenue Road, there's always fouling down there.
Okay. Would you mind emailing me that? Would you mind emailing me that? And what I'll do is I'll ask the officer to put signs on.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I've got my hand up.
Yeah.
What it is, up by the tram again.
Yeah.
Where up the top where I was explaining that empty land.
Yeah.
There's a walk to the tram.
Yeah.
Well, on the right-hand side, it used to be a netted, used to be a wire fence. The council took that down, or the tram, the metro, they took it off, and they put a solid metal fence there to stop the fly tipping.
Yeah, that's right.
Still, they've thrown some over, but when you walk down, you go down, follow the path down, going towards the tram. Now it's gone to the extreme, because first they were throwing first they was throwing household bin bags full of rubbish. Walk past there today, and there's a sofa, a settee been dumped there.
By the metro station.
Yeah, by the metro. It's actually the walk from George Street, Cross Street.
Okay.
That little walk from there down to the metro station. On the left, if you come in from the top there, on the right hand side, they're dumping there, but it's huge. It started off with little, like I say, bin bags.
Yeah.
But it's gone from rubbish bin bags to household furniture now, and it's going to escalate, because they've done it there, and where on Rookery Road, no, sorry, Crockett's Road. When you come down Crockett's Road to where the bottom is, where the bus stop is, there's a grass verge.
Yeah.
They're constantly dumping there. There's a bed there now, a bed base, a whole bed base is down
Is he
there.
where I was walking with you through Brewley Street, yeah?
No.
No, okay.
You know Crockett's Road, Hannah? You got the lights of Holyhead Road.
Yeah.
Then you got Crockett's Road, you're coming down Crockett's Road to the bottom, but it's a grass verge. On the corner you got the grass verge, Booth Street one side, and Crockett's Road the other side, Hannah. There, Gundy. They throw bags down, but now it's a whole double bed base.
Yeah.
A whole double bed base.
Yeah, I've been speaking to the resident who lives in that house. That's been already reported. Going back to Cross Street and George Street, because we got cameras on the other roads, what people have done is they moved from there and they moved to the other side. But we need to stop. We need to start speaking to people to stop that. All I can do is send enforcement, and if anybody wants to give witness, I think I already reported that. I'm going to check that. I think yesterday or the day before, but I'll look into that. Thank you, Amaj.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Carla.
Thank you, Rinkal. Oh.
Would you like to introduce yourself and just explain a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I can do. I think I know a couple of people on the call. So my name is Carla Bell and I'm a Community Support and Development Officer. So work within the Neighbourhood Development Support Unit at Birmingham City Council. My role includes supporting organisations and groups across Perry Park constituency, which includes Holyhead Ward. I'm also the thematic lead for funding and grant making. So if any of you are part of organisations and groups that have applied for funding, you've probably seen my name come up I coordinate programs like the Celebrating Communities Fund, which Councillor Shergill spoke about earlier today. But if any groups that you're aware of is interested in getting the monthly funding update that I send out, just let me know. You can email Bev and she can pass on your details, because I send out it just gives a roundup of all of the external funding opportunities that are out there. I think Nina already gets the update, so but if anybody else is interested, then just let me know.
I get
Okay.
that.
Thank you, Carla. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye.